This week we've been talking about hope. Hope always points to a brighter future. Hope always points to a better day. And for those of us who follow Jesus, we know that He will make everything good and everything right someday. And that's what gives us hope. And we've been looking at 1 Peter because Peter, he makes the connection 4 times in his first little letter called 1 Peter. He makes the connection that living an honorable life or a proper life or a good life, living this kind of life is connected to hope. That when we as Jesus followers, when our lives look different than the rest of the world will take notice. And then we're to be able to give them an answer for hope. The hope that we have in our hearts. It's the hope that makes our behavior different. He makes another connection in chapter 2 of his first little book. He makes a connection between hope and our lives, but it's a different way, a different perspective of our lives here on earth. He says, "Dear friends, I warn you as temporary residents and foreigners to keep away from worldly desires that wage war against your very souls. Be careful to live properly among unbelieving neighbors." And then if they accuse you of doing wrong, they'll see your honorable behavior, and they will give honor to God when He judges the world. And one of the things that we have to remember if we're going to be hope dealers, if we're going to be people who bring hope to the world and to our neighborhoods and to our families, we have to remember that this world is not our home. That we are, as Peter said, temporary residents and foreigners. Our home, if you follow Jesus, our home is the kingdom of God, not the kingdom of the earth. Our home physically might be Artesia or Carlsbad or wherever you are watching this. That might physically be your home. But you are so much more than a physical being. You are a spiritual being wrapped up in an earth suit. You have a home in heaven, and you are passing through this life. So when you have that perspective, it becomes easier to deal with your money. It becomes easier to deal with your possessions. It becomes easier to deal with people, because you won't value things here on earth as much as you value things in heaven. And one of the reasons that a lot of Christians don't live with hope, don't live like there's going to be a better day, don't live like someday everything will be right. One of the reasons Christians get stuck there is because Christians sometimes buy the lie that we have to fit in, that we have to store up stuff here, make the best life we possibly can here. But the truth is, according to Peter, according to Jesus, our home is heaven. Our home is where Jesus is, and we are passing through, and so we have to travel light in this world. We have to not get bogged down with the things of this world. And the life we live, the way we behave, the way we do good, the way we choose good over bad and good over evil, these are things that mark the life of a person who knows, I'm just passing through. I need to make this place as good as I can while I'm here, but ultimately, this is not where I belong. I belong in heaven. I belong in the kingdom of God. So as a hope dealer today, try to view your life as though you are just passing through this world. You're not going to be here forever. You're only going to spend a short time here. The rest of your life will be spent in heaven, in the kingdom of Jesus. I hope that gives you hope, because the baddest thing that can happen to you in your life is you have to live on earth. That's the worst thing that could happen to you. You'll have to experience the pain and the sorrow and the grief of earth, but if you follow Jesus, that's the worst thing that will ever happen to you. Your home is in heaven, where God makes all things good and right. So live with hope. Bye.